Okay, now I'm back. It's been about 10 minutes, and you're going to also notice at the end of, towards the end of your rebatching, that it's going to melt faster. And you can see after I put the hand mixer in, not the blender, that I really got the consistency I'm looking for. It's really smooth. I like that. It's all consistent. And but I want my chunks to be smaller. So I'm at a point right now to where it's ready to do that, because it really moves like butter, and that's what I'm looking for. You know, you work smarter, not harder kind of thing, and believe me, through trial and error, that's what you learn, or at least that's for me, you know. But this is really hot, so I'm going to put a towel here. I would recommend you do the same. And I'm going to take the knife and go straight across. And it's going to catch any chunks in the way. And it's not hard at all. It's moving really nice through there. And eventually what happens is that it just cuts these chunks up into smaller pieces. And that's up to you, you know, how small you want your pieces to be. So I'm going to do this, and when I come back, I'll show you the end results. Okay, now I have gone through with the knife, and I have made my chunks smaller, and I'm really liking that. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Now, what I'm doing now is I'm looking for the large chunks. If I see chunks that I think are too large, that are, you know, for my preference, and everybody's different, I will, you know, use my knife again and slice through and cut those chunks. This took approximately 5 minutes. I mean, it wasn't hard to do. It was easy to do. It's not, you know, you don't have to be muscular to do it, although rebatching soap does take a little muscle in the beginning. When you get it to this point, it's a lot easier, as long as you've added the right amount of water. So that's what makes rebatching become easier in the end, is the amount of water you've re-added back into the soap. So I'm feeling really confident right now that this soap is ready to go in the mold. Okay, so I'll be right back with my mold. Okay, now I've prepared my mold. This is basically a springform pan. See it? And now I've got a trash bag inside of it, and that's basically my liner. And don't worry if it's not perfect. In the end, it's not going to matter, because that's so easy. That's a situation that's so easy to solve. Okay, now here's my activated charcoal. Yes, I use Brambleberry for this, and I love Brambleberry products. I don't always use them, but I love the Soap Queen. She's great, and I would recommend anybody going to her YouTube and listening to things she has to offer. She's great. So here is my rebatch soap, and what I'm going to do, and you can see how easy that is to move. I'm just really happy with it. So I'm just going to put some down in the bottom, like that. Take my spatula, and push it down. That's what you want to do. Just like if you were making a cake and you were going to put your batter down in the bottom. And you want to make sure that it's really even in the bottom. Okay? Because rebatch soap isn't going to pour like, you know, if you had just done your cold process or however, and hot process even. It's more like hot process, I think. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my activated charcoal in, like that. I'm going to put basically I want, you know, a line of activated charcoal throughout. Okay. So that when you cut into it, that's pretty much what you're going to see. You're going to see that line. And that looks pretty dark, doesn't it? Probably for the camera. Whoops. Now I'm getting it on me. Okay, now we've done that, so I'm going to add another layer of soap very carefully, because this activated charcoal has a tendency to want to float in the air, and I don't want it to do that. I want it to be in between my layers. So really, with this soap, you're getting the benefits of olive oil, honey, cocoa, goat's milk. What else?
Glycerin soap.
Glycerin soap, and I'll have that all listed on the description, and also the supplies that you need to do this. And I'm going to spread this out, and when I get back, I'll show you what the end product looks like. Okay, now I've gotten it all spread out, and you want to make sure that you leave a lip. You know, I leave about 1 inch on the inside of your pan, because I'm going to make royal icing to put on the top, and also I'm going to make my signature soap bubbles. So this is going to be a soap bubble cake, and which is a really fun thing to do, especially with your kids. If you have little kids and you know you want to make soap bubbles, it's a good thing to do. But ladies like it too, because it is luxurious, and you can even use them. You know, it's soap. So what I'm going to do at this point is turn off my crock pot, and now with any other kind of soap in a mold, you want to make sure there's no separations. So I'm going to drop this several times, and you can see that it is settling. So it's even settled more than what I had pushed it down. And you just want to make sure that the top is level. Okay, now what we're going to do at this point is we're going to let this cool, and as it cools, it's going to harden. So I'll be back. Okay, now it's a little bit dry, so I'm just going to wet this with just a little bit of alcohol, not a whole lot, because I want it to stick. And I've made one dollop in the middle, and I'm just going to go and just go in a circle like this. It doesn't take to be a pastry chef to do this. Anybody can really do it. But okay, now I'm going to get some more in my bag, and I'll be right back. Okay, you see that kind of made something like that. Don't freak out. Just put your thing back over it and bring it up like that. And I'm almost through with going around. Now you know why you want that lip. Now this isn't so much right now for aesthetics, because we're going to do our bubbles, so don't forget about that. And I made 2 pounds of royal icing, and you really want it to be stiff. And I have the recipe on the bottom in the description for that, for those of you who don't know how to do royal icing. Okay, I'm going to fill in the center here, and I'll be right back. Okay, now you can see that I've done the last bit, and I just want to add this to the middle. Okay, now I like this, how this looks, and what you want to do is save a little bit in the bowl, because this is what you're going to adhere your bubbles to the top of the cake. Now, okay, I wanted to show y'all how to do this. For those of you who don't know, I have 3 layered paper towels, and it's damp. It's not soaking wet. And I'm just going to place it down and press it in. You want it to touch the royal icing, because you want it to stay moist and not dry out. It'll dry out quickly if you don't do this. So now I'm ready to go on, add some glitter to the top, which is next. Okay, I'm adding glitter to the top of my little scallops, is what I like to call them. And because you're going to be able to see that underneath your bubbles. So you want it to look pretty too. Okay, and I think that's good. And this is Baldy formulated glitter. And I like Crafter's Choice. That's good. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I have to make my bubbles. So we've got our royal icing protected, and it's not going to dry out. We've done the rebatched cake. We have topped it with royal icing because we're going to attach the bubbles with royal icing, and that works well for me. So the next step is to show you how to make the bubbles. So I'll be right back. Okay, now I'm going to show y'all how I undo my cake, release it, and that's why I like these spring forms, because all you got to do is pop this out and it releases from the cake, because of course I have the liner. Now I'm going to raise this up. Well, there we go. Okay, now I don't have it on my cake anymore. See, I'll put it over here, and here's the cake that we rebatched. Now it's still warm underneath here, and I am reluctant to pull that off right now, so I'm going to let it set until it's completely cool, which is probably going to be tomorrow. So I will do that. I will come back tomorrow and show y'all what it looks like after it's been rebatched. But y'all can see the top of it, and there we go. Now it's working. Okay, that's it. Rebatched soap made into a cake with an activated charcoal line, royal icing, and soap bubbles. Okay, see you soon.